The question is, how do you decide how much money to put away for your emergency fund and to put towards debt? For example, I got an extra $3,500 and I have credit card debt of $18,000, but I also have a goal of saving $10,000 to my emergency fund. So unfortunately, the answer is not very straightforward. The simplest answer I could give you, if you just want one straight up with no other, I don't know anything else about your financial situation, I would probably say to put $2,500 to your credit card debt and then $1,000 to your emergency fund. Or some sort of split like that, like $2,000 and then the $1,500. However, in order for you to figure this out on your own, how you should split this, my questions to you would be, do you have anything in your emergency fund at all? Like, is it at least at $1,000, $2,000, $3,000? And if not, if you have nothing saved up yet, then I would probably put almost all of it, at least like $3,000 of it to your emergency fund and then $500 to debt. But maybe you already have $3,000 in your emergency fund and that's good enough for you. I don't know, do you have children? Do you have pets? How stable is your job? Do you own a home? Are you renting? Do you have a car that's older or newer? Those are all the questions that you want to ask before deciding how much to have in your starter emergency fund. And then I would also be curious about your credit card debt. Is this credit card debt all on one credit card? Like, is it just $18,000 total? This is one interest rate, or is this different debts all into the $18,000? And depending on your answer, we would be looking at the balances on each debt, if they're multiple debts, the interest rates. If you have any balance transfers, have you considered balance transfers, debt consolidation, anything like that? And is that something that you could also take advantage of, and that could probably change how you split this money too? But you may have a debt within this $18,000 that it's just like, $1,000, $2,000, and it's a high interest rate, and you could completely tackle that with this extra $3,500, and your emergency fund's already at least at a decent amount, so that's completely fine for you to do so. So yes, it does depend on your current situation and how you would answer those questions. And I would say that if you have a decent starter emergency fund that you feel pretty comfortable with right now, then your money is going to go further by paying off high interest credit card debt. So I'm sorry, it's not a straightforward answer. That's typically how finances go, because personal finances are personal. Every situation is unique. And if you can kind of go through those different questions, kind of weigh your options, then you should be able to make a decision. But happy to answer anything else.